Hi there, it's Christian from Firepower Fitness, coming to you with another daily tip. Now this is actually part 2 of our little series on blood sugar levels and how they relate to fat loss. So if you've watched the first part, you'll know then that if we are regularly having high blood sugar levels, then we will be frequently going into a body fat storage mode, which is where we don't want to be if we're trying to lose fat. But not only that, we'll also be then experiencing big lows in our blood sugar levels, and that's going to make us feel like we don't have very much energy to do things like cool fat burning workouts. And that's also another place we don't want to be. So today's video is going to look at what you need to do to control those blood sugar levels and keep them nicely in that middle zone. Now there are 3 big things that you do to control those blood sugar levels. You need to control what you eat, you need to control how frequently you eat, and you need to control how much you eat. So we're not going to talk so much today about what we eat, but we are going to spend a little bit of time talking about how frequently we eat and how much we eat. Now when it comes to how frequently we need to be eating, if we're eating just only 2 or 3 times a day, then I want you to think about what you generally do when you have 2 or 3 meals in a day. Because that's not very many meals, we tend to eat bigger meals then. That generally tends to be the way that we eat here in the Western world. So, breakfast, lunch and dinner. You will tend to have quite large meals throughout those, or you may only have, or you may miss them out, okay? So no breakfast, big lunch because you're starving hungry, hours and hours and hours till your evening meal, great big evening meal because you're starving hungry. What the problem with this is that if we think about how this affects our blood sugar levels, well, if we're not eating anything for ages, our blood sugar levels are going to be lower and lower and lower and lower. Then we're really hungry, we're feeling, oh, I need to eat, so we have a great big meal, blood sugar levels shoot up really, really high because we've taken on board loads and loads of food. And then of course what starts to happen, we get that great big insulin spike, we're right into body fat storage mode, and then eventually once the insulin has brought all those blood sugar levels down again, we go into the slump. So it's a vicious cycle that we want to break ourselves out of. Just having 2 or 3 big meals a day is going to cause big peaks and troughs. Now most of the clients that I'm working with will tend to be eating more like 5 to 6 meals a day. So they'd be having something for breakfast, something mid-morning, something at lunchtime, something mid-afternoon, and then either something late afternoon and an evening meal if they eat later in the evening, or just their evening meal. So 5 to 6 occasions of eating in a day. Now you may say, crumbs, that's going to be loads and loads of food then. Surely my blood sugar level is going to be high all the time. Well, this is where the how much you eat becomes really important. You've got to make sure that you control those portion sizes. If you go large in it on your portion sizes all the time, well, that is going to have a correspondingly big increase in your blood sugar levels. So it's the old adage, eat little and often. Smaller meal portion sizes, more frequently throughout the day. That's going to result in you not getting these great big peaks and troughs in your blood sugar levels. They're going to stay much more stable. And as a result, your body is going to feel like it's got energy to give up and fuel your workouts and your general daily activity. But also it's not going to be so high that you're going to have lots of insulin and be in body fat storage mode all the time. So for your blood sugar levels, we need to make sure we're keeping them nice and steady in the middle, and the way we do that is by making sure that we have smaller meals and we space them out throughout the day on a more frequent basis. That is going to really help you with your fat loss.